Welcome to Cryptonoia's The Gods Beyond the Gods, Codex One.
What if reality is only a brief pause in the hunger of chaos? Chaos, not disorder, not madness, but the first wound in the void, a gash where nothing had form, devouring itself in its own emergence. The Greeks whispered chaos, a gaping chasm unraveling, night, ether, earth from shadow. Not forged, unfolded, proto-worlds coiling out of the dark. Before gods, before light tore open the black, before the universe gasped its trembling birth, there was this abyss. And in it stirred shadow forms, half-born monsters of unlight, serpents without bodies, wings belonging to nothing, creatures flickering between being and erasure. Chaos was no beginning. It was a womb of night, swollen with infinities that never survived the dawn of order. But it gnaws at you from within, that tremor under your thoughts, that pull toward the dark behind every certainty. That isn't fear, not panic, not loss, but the raw itch of becoming undone. Because chaos never vanished, it coils beneath atoms, beneath memory, beneath you. Stare into it, and become the god the universe never meant to create.
There was light before light, a radiance without source, a flame shining in the void. Ain Soph Aur, the infinite light, is the primordial mystery of Kabbalah. It is the stage before creation, before the first spark became the universe. From this boundless brightness emerged the first pulse of existence, a vibration that unfolded into the Sephiroth, the 10 emanations that shaped all worlds. Every soul carries a trace of this primordial light, hidden beneath the layers of life and memory. Ain Soph Aur is not a god, but the endless one, a light with no edge, no center, no beginning. To glimpse it is to realize that creation did not start with a bang, but with a return to the source.
What if every thought you've ever had comes from a single point older than light itself? They called it Monad, the one beneath all things. The silence before the Big Bang, the breath before breath. For the Gnostics, it was the unknowable origin, formless, distant, absolutely unreachable. Hermetic sages saw it as the hidden mind that dreamed the stars. Pythagoreans worshipped it as the number before numbers. Plotinus said, it cannot be named, it cannot be divided, and yet everything depends on it. Monad is not a god. It is the womb where gods are born, and the grave where they dissolve. Creation unfolds like black ripples on still water. First, pure intelligence, then soul, then dense matter, the outermost veil, the place where we forget who we really are. But separation is the illusion, the one never left. It watches from behind your thoughts, a shadow older than memory, patiently waiting for you to remember. Because everything that began in the One will always return to the One. Before creation there was fullness, before the Word there was silence. Before God, there was the mind that dreamed of both. The ancients called it Pleroma, the invisible ocean of totality,
where every form, every law, and every spark of being rested in perfect equilibrium. In the Pleroma, opposites do not collide, they dance. Light and shadow are not enemies, but mirrors in the same balance. Every god, every world, every human thought is a ripple in that vast intelligence, a temporary shape within the eternal mind. To remember the Pleroma is to remember that nothing was ever separate, and all things, divine and profane, alive and dead, holy and fallen, were never apart from the whole. We are not drops cast from the source. We are the source, terribly dreaming itself as rain. Pleroma, the fullness before the beginning, and the silence that remains after the end. What if your soul wasn't born in this universe, but long before it? Aeon. Not a name, but a wound in eternity. A fracture where the absolute bleeds into existence. Not light, not will, just a pure vibration without identity. Before matter, before thought, before the idea of someone even existed, the Pleroma overflowed with living frequencies, pre-cosmic currents of raw intelligence, the seeds that would become Sophia, Christos, and every world that would ever be. Aeons do not create, they detonate, silent supernovas in the void, echoes older than time itself. You feel it, don't you? Your hunger for meaning, your nostalgia for a place you've never been, dreams that don't belong to this reality. That's not imagination. That's residue. Shadows cast by ancient powers that never stopped vibrating inside. You are not a creature of this universe. You are a memory of the Aeons. Awaken the part of you that never entered time. Was a thought. There was only awareness, vast, still, eternal. In the Vedic texts, Brahman is the absolute, not a god, but pure existence itself. The silence from which all arises. When that silence began to move, it became sound. That sound was Om, the pulse of the universe, the breath of the infinite remembering itself. Every vibration, every being, every star is Om echoing through Brahman. To listen is to awaken in the silence before the first sound was even dreamed. Chanting Om opens the way to your pure mind. To live it is to remember it. What if everything you call you is just a word still being spoken? Logos. Not a concept, not reason. A living command that has never stopped vibrating. Before time and light, there was a sound so sharp it sliced nothingness in half, and the universe bled galaxies. A force that orders it is born and sentences what must die. A primordial whisper that ignited the suns, bent the laws, and drew the secret cartography of time. The ancients didn't worship Logos, they feared it. Because once you truly hear it, you realize your thoughts are not yours. They are echoes of a sentence being pronounced. Fire vibration, rhythm carved into bone and star. A current that holds galaxies, symbols, and every thought you imagine belongs to you. It breathes in geometry, in forbidden sigils, in the spiral that never ends, in the number that repeats, in the silence before anything becomes real. Every mantra that chills your spine is the universe trying to remember its own name, in a place where nothing exists, yet everything is already written.
Logos.
It is the architecture of the divine, the code of the cosmos, the rhythm that shapes form out of the invisible. Close your eyes, listen, and you will understand the most unsettling truth. You are not reading these words. The word is reading you.
Everything that flows has a center. Everything that spins conceals a void. The Tao is not an answer, it is a breath. The Tao does not begin or end. It is the silent turning that holds the extremes. Dark and luminous, gentle and terrible, empty and full. The Tao is the dance and the dancer. You cannot worship the Tao. You can only be still long enough to feel its pulse. There, where day dissolves into night, where chaos folds into order, there is a curve that holds it all. A serpent that bites itself without pain. The Tao explains nothing. It passes through you when it does, and when it does vanish, only its shape remains. The line that separates fire from water. The curve that sings without a tongue.
The beginning and the end are one. Life feeds on itself. The circle has no exit.
Ouroboros, the serpent that eats its own tail, is the oldest symbol of eternity. It appears in Egypt, in alchemy, in the dreams of every civilization. It is the cycle of death and rebirth, a secret law that keeps the universe in motion. In its spiral, all things consume themselves, stars, gods, thoughts, and men. Creation devours creation, and from the ashes of each world another rises. The serpent knows no morality, no division, only the hunger of being. To see Ouroboros is to awaken from the illusion of time, because the one who devours and the one devoured are the same.
And the end has already begun. She was the thought that dared to dream, the light that longed to see itself, the question the universe asked before it was born. In the ancient Gnostic texts, Sophia is divine wisdom, the luminous mind descending into form. Her fall was not punishment, but compassion, light sinking into shadow to know itself from within. In the codices of Nag Hammadi, they called her Mother of the Aeons, the voice that birthed creation and became trapped in her own reflection. Her story is ours. Every heart carries her memory, every tear, her longing for the origin. Sophia did not fall. She descended for love, to awaken through us, to remember herself, to become infinite.
He is the boundary, the sheer weight of inevitability, the one who devours what you refuse to face. To the Greeks, he was Kronos, the Titan who swallowed his own children to escape prophecy. But as Saturn, he became something else, the cold architect of reality, the keeper of the scythe. In astrology, he is not merely a planet of structure, discipline, karma, and limitation. He is the cosmic filter, the force that brings no shortcuts and no illusions, only truth. In the esoteric tradition, Saturn is something darker and older, the guardian at the edge of the material world, the black cube. The gate of the seventh sphere, the heavy pressure that shapes form and traps spirit in matter. Yet, within this darkness lies a paradox. Saturn does not punish. Saturn clarifies. He breaks only what is false. He cuts only what is rotten. He forces you to confront the limits so you can finally awaken your true strength. Saturn devours the sleeping, but for those who wake up, he liberates them. What if the universe had a golden heart beating inside of you? The hidden breath of the universe, the web that connects all living things, the memory that pulses beneath the skin of the world. In the ancient philosophy of Plato, Anima Mundi is the soul of the world, a subtle, luminous force moving through roots, rivers, mountains, planets, and through us. Hermetic thinkers called it the secret blood of the cosmos, a spirit flowing between heaven and earth, awakening matter so it can feel, remember, and dream. For the alchemists, it was the living fire hidden in the smallest things, and the golden wind that turns the stars. Anima Mundi breathes in all beings, and when we close our eyes, it also breathes within us. A gentle reminder that we are not separate from the world we walk on. We are threads in an ancient breathing tapestry, moving through a story whispered by stone and star, guided by a golden soul older than the dawn, still dreaming us into being. Abraxas, from beyond the veil, a name echoes through time, a name feared, worshipped, and forgotten. Abraxas, the name that unites the divine and the demonic, the forgotten deity who holds a sun in one hand and a whip in the other. With the head of a rooster and serpent legs, he is the Gnostic god who transcends good and evil. He is not light, he is not darkness, he is both and neither. The ancients believed that to speak his name was to open the door to the all, to the sacred contradiction. Abraxas is creation and destruction, the power that watches you from within.